Tell us about the next beer you brought, Jace.
All right, the next beer I'm going to have you try is our Pils. This is a beer that we've been making since 1985. Germany especially is very famous for the Pilsner beers. Pils are very a crisp, lighter beer. This is about 5% alcohol. And it's going to have a nice flower hop aroma to it, but a nice crisp, dry finish with the...
Oh, and that's really a flavor, too.
Yep, it's a nice golden beer. Very refreshing. It's great in the summertime, or year-round, for that matter.
That's delicious. I mean, that's the one I want to have with dinner.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, now I'm just going to add a little bit of sugar. And I've got some green onion here. And I've got some fresh sage that we're working with here. And I'm just going to pull some leaves off. My wife has a green thumb, so all of her garden, whenever I need fresh herbs, I just grab the plant and just bring it with me. And the next beer. The next beer you have.
The next beer we're going to try is our Schell's Firebrick. This is another one of our year-round beers. This is a Vienna lager, so it's going to have a nice reddish amber hue to it. This is going to be more of a malt-forward beer, so it's going to have a little bit of a caramel sweetness to it, but a very easy drinking, enjoyable beer. Goes great with meals. I think you'll enjoy this one as well. So that's going to be a little less hoppier than the first two beers.
That is very nice, too. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to add the carrots, which I already blanched off earlier today. And you noticed I'm doing something interesting. I didn't let the sugar completely melt down before I incorporated the carrots. There's a reason for that. Because I want the liquid from the carrots, I want the carrots to absorb the sugar, and I want the sugar to utilize the liquid that's in the carrots. And then we're just going to toss this real quick. Now I'm going to add onion and fresh sage, salt and pepper. Okay, what's the next beer you have for us?
All right, this is the last beer I have for you. This is our Schell's Sommerfest. This is our summer seasonal that we make. This is actually an ale. It's a North German town called Cologne. They're famous for this style of beer. They're called Kolsches. So this is going to be a very light, refreshing golden beer. As I said, it's our summer seasonal, so it's a little lighter in alcohol, very easy drinker. It's got a nice, like fruity, a little bit of a fruity hop aroma, hop taste to it as well. This is a Kolsch ale. So it's fermented cold like a lager, so it's gonna be nice and crisp, but it's got a little more of a fruity character than that comes from the ale yeast.
Jessica, come taste this. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't remember, this is Jessica. That's going to be your favorite. That's going to be your favorite. Now, real quick, I'm going to do the schnitzel. And you notice the pan is warm, the pan is hot. That's very important. And we're just going to let the schnitzel brown. What are your hours over at the brewery?
For tours during the summertime, we're open 7 days a week. The museum is where the tours start. During the weekdays, it's 1:30 and 4 o'clock are the tours. The weekends is every hour, 12, 1, 2, 3, and 4. We accommodate tours up to 45 people, and we can do private tours on request. If you call the brewery, we can set that up.
I'm going to make you a nice plate of dinner.
All right, sounds good to me.
And ladies and gentlemen, the reason why he gets the big plate, he was so kind to come here and bring all this great beer for us to sample. Now, that's a perfect color on the schnitzel, okay? It's simple, it's easy. You know, it's about a minute and a half on each side. And it's, like I said, it couldn't get any better. It's going to be nice and crispy, but yet it's going to be nice and flavorful. Now I'm just adding salt and pepper to the carrots. The carrots are starting to bubble. That's exactly what you're looking for. And now Let me grab a paper towel. I'm just gonna drain it on a paper towel real quick. Oh, this is beautiful. Since I've got this hot pan here, I'm gonna turn it back on. This is what you call conserving time. I'm just gonna wipe out that pan real quick. Add a little bit of oil. And a little bit of butter. Now the reason why I'm using the same pan is strictly because it's hot, the schnitzel's done, and I'm kind of just waiting. Okay? But the other pan will heat up and then I'll cook the spätzle for the crowd. With the spätzle, I am going to, once the pan is extremely hot, oh, these are beautiful. I'm going to go ahead, put the spätzle in the pan, like so. Then I'm going to let them start to brown. Now, even though I salted and peppered the batter, I'm going to salt and pepper again. And like always, I'm using sea salt. The reason why I use sea salt on everything, it's got more nutritional value. And then we're gonna get those up in the air again. And then we've got some Parmesan. I'm gonna go ahead and just sprinkle lightly. Now I know I probably said parsley on there, but I've got something better. This is some fresh thyme. It's a really interesting taste. Okay, now I'm gonna just go ahead and get this thyme in there real quick. This is actually really young thyme, so I'm not gonna pull it all off the vine. I'm just gonna go ahead and just chop it, and then I'm just gonna pull it back, like so, off the vine. And then just remove the vines like so. And then I've got a nice, beautiful thyme. And then, now when it starts to stick, don't be scared. What actually is happening is, it's starting to actually brown and it's coated with the oil. So it's not gonna be that big of a problem. And you can see, it's really starting to brown nicely, okay? And the vegetables, the carrots coming around perfectly. And my other pan's nice and hot for the spätzles. So, I appreciate you driving 300 miles. It's 300 miles round trip to come and join us today.
Not a problem, it's my
I'm
pleasure.
gonna make this beautiful dish for you. This is yours. And don't share with anybody else. Everybody else is getting their own. But I want you to give us your opinion of this food. Okay? You're going to Germany pretty soon, aren't you?
I am.
Okay. I want you to compare our food with their food. Where are you going in Germany?
I'm going to study brewing in Berlin. So,
You're studying brewing?
Yep. Got to know how to make the beer, so
You're about to take over
better
this.
place to learn than Germany.
You're about to take over this company, aren't you?
Oh, I'd like to someday.
Okay. Then we're gonna put a little bit of carrot right there. Then we're gonna take the schnitzel and go like so. Here, let's turn this way. And then we're gonna finish with some fresh herbs to garnish. Here's the beautiful dish that we were talking about. You have spätzles underneath, which you can't quite see, nicely brown. You have some honey glazed carrots, and you have turkey schnitzel. And we're gonna let our guest of honor give it a try. And as you can see, it's fork tender, which is very important to me.
That's amazing. That's incredible.
Try it with the beer.
Absolutely. Well, of course. I know what this tastes like. I know this is incredible. Tastes like Germany.
Thank you all very much for joining us today. I'd really like to thank my new best friend and brewer, Jace, from Shell Brewery. You can always find us here once a week at the Museum of Visual Materials. And if you'd like to come out and check out a class or be a part of our studio audience, give Jessica a call and she'll let you know the next class schedule and what foods we're doing. Thank you all for coming, and I hope to see you again next week.